Listen to these tones. These are the tones on RT used to show the headlines from Washington Post. The propaganda bullhorn RT is still operating in America, and it is good because I have watched it yesterday and today after the shutdown of the aggressor over the skies of Syria. Today is 26th of November 2015, and all I can say is Putin Kaput. Russians are all crying. They feel like a knife has been inserted into their gut, and this will play out firstly bad for the authority of the terrorist-in-chief, Vladimir Putin, because this will now undoubtedly gravely shake his position. He has lost on two fronts. His aggression against Ukraine is down the toilet. His aggression on the side of the hereditary Soviet dictator of Syria is also down the toilet. So, and the problem is he can't respond in any way. Let me recount to you the sequence of events. Obama is of course, a puppet, but he is a very evil puppet, and he has been ordered by Brzezinski or whoever leads US foreign policy, Madeleine Albright or somebody else, that a war with Russia has started. And he dissimulates. Putin thinks Obama is weak. But let me tell you, if Putin tries something and he can't do nothing to respond to the Turkish NATO attack, which I call a concerted effort. It was certainly organized by CIA. It is perfectly executed to extract a maximum of psychological damage on the Russian population. The problem is that Putin can't respond. All he has are nuclear weapons, and if he uses nuclear weapons now, of course Moscow will be fried immediately. Moscow will be burned to the ground, because that is the head of the snake. The problem for the West is not ISIS, it is not Islamic terrorism. I have already made a video where I explain that Putin has clearly organized the Paris attack. He is trying to sow disorder in Europe, which is headless, which is totally incompetent. European Union is, but NATO is not. NATO is a perfect center of the Anglo-American Empire. Now I see Max Kaiser on RT, and I'm going to turn it off immediately. I started to explain to you the sequence of events. Let us listen to Vladimir's response. Internet Explorer has stopped working. Oh my god, how can I work in these circumstances?
Мы считаем абсолютно необъяснимым предательские удары в спину от тех, кого мы видели партнеров и союзников по антитеррористической борьбе. То, что произошло 2 дня назад в небе над Сирией, противоречит.
He's posturing, playing the tough guy, but I started to explain to you the sequence of events. So, at the meeting of the meeting of dictators, which is UN, a perfectly ridiculous organization that needs to be dismantled immediately, Putin has said, please let me make an aggression against Syria. You know, Ukraine is down the shithole for me. Let me just bomb the hell out of the poor Syrians. And Obama said, sure, go ahead, we need to fight ISIS. And of course, Putin started with his 80s planes, and then the Americans shot down 2 airplanes full of tourists in Egypt and somewhere else, I don't remember where. And then, in response, Putin organized the Paris attacks. Of course, the crazed French so-called president who tried to sell ships to Putin that Putin would use against the West in the Mediterranean, said, well, I'll go with Putin, you know. And then America said, well, let's, before Hollande comes to Washington, let us, you know, make an incident. And of course Turkey was ordered. Turkey's military, of course not Erdogan, so conspicuously, but the Turkish military is totally subjected to the Anglo-American Empire since the days of Ataturk. And they have organized this perfectly executed action. And of course all Russians now have tears in their eyes, and they are expecting some response from the god Putin, but no response will come. This will reverberate internally in Russia, and it will greatly weaken Putin. So, as people said 60 years ago, Hitler kaput. Today I say Putin kaput. This is the beginning of the end. It is very fun for me to watch because I love geopolitics, so-called geopolitics, I love history, and to see such events unfold is really a great comfort. So let me tell you, the danger for nuclear war is very, very high. I mean, if Putin tries anything to do against NATO countries, Moscow will be nuked immediately. So I really hope that you learned something from my broadcast today. Thank you very much, and I send you my greetings.